Okay, here we are with Module 6, and I'm back with Sid. Hi, Sid.
What's happening?
And we are going to go now over overcoming objections. So let's roll.
Yeah, I'm ready. So
First objection.
we're going to go right into making Sid work hard, right?
Yes.
So I think what we can do to make this probably a little easier and more understandable, Val, and plus I think it'll come naturally for you, you can be the lame-o and I'll be the closer here, right?
Okay, yes. It'll
Right,
be easy for me to act like a lame-o.
there you go. You're the lame-o business owner, right? And we'll just kind of role play. Now remember what we talked about in Module 5, finding out their issues, right? Their pain points, where you want to scratch them. So some of these I'm going to have to kind of use that closing psychology to reiterate her why she's not interested, okay? And we're going to use just to be kind of keep it all in the same thing. Well, Val is going to be a lame-o roofer, right? A guy that needs to sell more roofs. He wants more things, but he's just trying to shut you out. He's shutting you down. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to turn Val from a lame-o to a hero, right? And I'm going to do it with using my closing techniques.
You think you are, anyway.
Well, you need to tell me how much you hate me. I just don't like the way you breathe out of your mouth, Sid. Right? Be rude to me, right? Be the lame-o.
Oh, no, I'm doing lack of interest right now, remember.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Well, just act natural. I'm sure it'll come to you. All right. So, Val, you're the lame-o person. Tell me you're not interested.
I don't know. This doesn't. I don't know if I need this.
Now, Val. Normally, when I get to this point, most people jump on it and are ready to move forward with getting more opportunities. Let me ask you something. Now, I know you're doing roofs right now. How many are you doing a month?
I do about 4 or 5 a month.
Okay. And what's your ultimate? What does your business need to do a month to be successful?
Well, we're doing okay now, but I guess it would be nice to do about 8 or 9.
So you're not selling all the roofs that you are geared up and prepared to sell if you were given the opportunity.
No, I guess not.
Okay. Well, obviously what I bring is more opportunity. I know you may think in your mind you're not interested because you've got that uncertainty whether or not this is going to work. I can assure you this does work. In fact, I'm only going to charge you for leads after the fact. You're going to actually sell those extra 3 or 4 roofs before even owing me a dime.
Really?
So I know that there's other roofers in your market, and I'm going to call on those roofers until I land a client that's willing to take this on. I just want to give you the opportunity to be the first one to do it and not the last one to do it.
Well, what do you mean by I won't have to pay?
Well, I'm going to actually, we're only going to charge you $20 per lead. It's only going to be qualified a lead if it's over 40 seconds, and you're going to have to be ready and prepared to receive 2 to 4 leads a day with the ways that I'm going to actually provide these leads to you. So if it pushes you and gets you that opportunity over, to where you're selling 8, 9, 10 roofs a month, the number that you told me yourself that you're wanting to get to, I mean, is that goal enough to make you interested?
Yeah, I mean, the way that you put it does sound more interesting.
It's not something where you're going to pay up front and kind of, have a chance to lose, on the back end. This is something you're only going to pay for performance. And based on the performance, you will hit that ultimate goal that you told me yourself that you're not doing currently that you want to be doing as soon as possible.
Well, how long does it take to start getting leads?
I can start posting and get you leads funneling in through your phones as quick as tomorrow, the next week. You'll see leads, immediately. All I need to get is a go and a sign off on our work agreement.
Oh, that sounds good.
Let's go to the next objection. Good. Press hard. 3 copies. Price. All right, Lamo, hit me with the price.
You should hit me with a price.
You want me to hit you with it? The price is too much?
So no, 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 no. I mean,
All right,
okay.
so I'm looking at
I like what you're saying, Sid, but it sounds pretty expensive.
you know, I could see where this might seem expensive because if you were getting a bunch of leads and they weren't converting into sales, or if you were putting a bunch of money out there in the front end to not be making money on the back end. But you and I both discussed that you're making over $2,000 net per roof. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, we discussed that you're going to close roughly 1 out of 5. Was that correct also?
Uh-huh.
So 1 out of 5 leads, that's only going to cost you $125 per 5 leads from me. Let's say my leads are weak and you actually go through 10 leads before closing 1. You only have an initial $250 investment to then turn into a $2,000 return on service. So
that actually makes more sense.
if you could deposit $250 into a bank and they gave you $2,000 in return in 30 days, would you put all your money in that bank, or how quick would it take you to transfer all your money there?
Not long at all.
So when you say it's too expensive, I'm just kind of not understanding what's so expensive about it.
Well, I guess when you put it that way, I can close calls, so sounds good.
Let's go to objection number 3. All right, Lamo.
Sid, I'm hearing what you're saying. The price sounds reasonable, but I do have, I have some good lead sources right now.
Okay, and how many roofs are you selling a month?
About 6 to 8.
And how many did you want to sell?
Well, I mean, everybody would like some more business, I guess. Maybe a couple other roofs we could handle.
I mean, if you were drawing out your ultimate month, would 6 to 8 be your ultimate month?
Not ultimate, no.
Okay.
No.
So how many roofs would you want to sell to hit your ultimate numbers?
Yeah, I think a 12 roof month would be
12 or more?
Yeah.
And you're currently not selling 12?
No.
So I hold the key to giving you the opportunities to sell those additional 4. I'm not asking you to invest on the front end and lose out. You're only going to invest if it helps you get more opportunities and sell more roofs. To me, it looks like a win-win. I'm not going to say that your existing lead generation strategies are not working. However, you might find you sell 8 or 10 just using my strategies, and you might cut the fat and get rid of those in the long run.
All right. I think, we can give this a try.
I just want to help you hit your numbers that we discussed before. Thank you, Mrs. Lamo.
Oh, okay. Sid, what you're talking about is great, okay? I think the price sounds awesome, but you know what? We've been doing AdWords for so long, I don't know. I can't risk my business on changing to something new.
And I totally agree. I would never ask you to move away from what you're currently using if it's working for you. However, with us discussing a pricing structure to where you only pay for performance, it's not something that I'm asking you to cut out your AdWords in order to take on my lead generation services. I'm asking you to receive the leads, generate revenue, and then pay me a very, very small percentage of the revenue that you've received for my leads. I see that as a win-win. Now, I know change is not comfortable for anybody, but good change is fun for everybody. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, if it works the way you say, it would be fun for us, definitely.
Okay.
All right. Let's give it a try.
All right, nice. Hit me with another one.
Oh, now I got you.
All right, Mrs. Lamo,
Well,
what's your problem now?
Well, Sid, this all sounds great, you know, I can add this on. The pricing sounds good. I don't have to pay you up front. But you know what? You sound like a used car salesman, to be honest.
Well, to be honest with you, I am a used car salesman. No, never say that. Never admit it.
I'm just teasing Sid right there, guys. Sorry.
Hey,
But
so Mrs. Customer, I totally understand, and you know, in business, you got to be careful who and what you deal with. We all have been burned, and we know what that's like. Let me tell you the truth, Val. I would never ever have a successful business on my side if I just sold somebody, got 30 days worth of leads, and then moved on. I'm not short-sighted like that. I'm looking to build a long-term career with what I'm doing, and have built a long-term career with what I'm doing. And for me to be successful and to actually start making real money, I need clients to retain clients for way longer than 30 days. I'm looking to retain clients for years. So I understand you have a trouble trusting me, but please understand that I would have no benefit to burn you for 1 month of leads. The only benefit I would have is to provide you quality leads for years and years to come, and you to tell all your friends and refer them to me.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. We can give you a trial.
Come on,
I think that.
trust me. Just trust me.
I trust you already. Hey, Sid, maybe this is a good time to talk a little bit about what to do if you don't have clients already and how to build trust in that scenario when you can't say, I mean, what you said just now was great, but I know a lot of people freak out about, you know, that they don't have a portfolio and they're trying to get their first client.
Yep, and you know, like when you're talking about your past, right? So your past doesn't have to be your business you're in currently, right? So you used to work in Wall Street, is that correct, Val?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I used to work in the car business, which, you know, it is what it is. But you can refer back to your past career. So like if I was Val, I would say, listen, let me tell you what I did for 15 years up until this point. I worked on Wall Street where, you know, we had the FTC and everybody watching us. You know, the last thing that we were ever taught or trained was to work in untrustful ways. You know, coming out of 15 years of being on Wall Street, you know, I understand the value and the commitment to trust, and I understand the value and commitment to hard work and to providing what I talk about. You know, we did $1 million contracts with major corporations. If we lost trust with any of those people, you know, it could have meant millions of dollars. And I still have that instilled in me today to you know, launch my own business that I'm working with now, where I'm providing leads for everybody.
Perfect.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm going to use that.
Right, there you go. I mean,
You just,
you could be a waiter from Longhorns. Listen,
yeah.
sir, let me tell you something. For the last 4 years, I've been one heck of a waiter for one of the top franchise steakhouses in the country. Like, they taught us day one, if you're lying about appetizer portion size, you're going to get launched. You know, I in no way ever would jeopardize that trust to get a bad tip. And that's what's been instilled in me for the last 4 years working at Longhorns. I'm taking that same philosophy into my business now that I'm working for myself and going to provide you with leads. You know what I mean? And move forward.
Awesome.
So.
Now this is an interesting objection, and I think for me it's been something that comes up over and over again. They use it as an excuse to get out of the conversation, like they can't make the decision.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you got to take two roads here, and I've taken both roads, and some work, some don't work. Always remember, win the argument, lose the deal. You know, there's been time, and in the car industry, they actually taught us to say, hey, listen, when you get permission from your wife, I'll call my wife and see if I'm still allowed to sell it to you. Now, would I recommend ever saying that? Maybe as last resort if you had nothing else, nothing else in the bag of tools to pull out, right? But when somebody says I need to run this by my manager, first off, you pitched the wrong person, right? You got into pitching to somebody that doesn't have advertising authority. Which when you get the meeting, you should make sure you're speaking to somebody who has advertising authority. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody can't still pull this out on you, right? So when they say they need approval, I use what's called an able close. And Val, I'll do it. I'll do it like this. So Val, I've been going up and down the street. I talk to people every day about this. This is my business, and I live and breathe it. And I get to talk to a lot of business owners, and some are sharp and some are not. Now, I have to be honest, Val, sitting and talking with you for the last 20 minutes, I've pretty much established that you're a very able, intelligent business owner. Now, of anybody that I talk to, I've talked to some people that are definitely going to be failures, and you kind of just know it. But talking with you, there's no doubt in my mind that you're very able of doing this. It's all in whether or not you're ready to take on the additional opportunities to sell additional business. Now, I know you want to go to your wife or your boss and try and get approval. I'm giving you an opportunity to be a hero and making a decision, a business-based decision, to be a hero to your wife and boss instead of standing behind them, letting them take your thunder.
Good stuff.
How you like that?
I like it.
I'm telling you, careful when you get said the mic. I'll start talking. So.
Okay, and then the old lack of budget.
Hey, listen, I totally understand your lack of budget. I understand that you got to be very conscious of when you spend money. Coming out of the new economy, when everybody got leveled at the end of 08 and 09, everybody's very, very conscious of where they spend their money. And that's the exact reason that I'm only wanting to get paid on performance. I'm not wanting to get paid up front. I think it's I think if I was asking you for $600 right now up front for me to get started, that would be something that you would have to be very careful where you spend your revenue. However, you're going to be paid on these roofs. You're going to collect the deposits and the revenue from these roofs before I even ask you to pay for the leads. So I know you might have a lack of a budget now, but after you receive my opportunities that I can turn on like a light switch, lack of budget is going to be your last problem.
That's a great way to go at it. I mean, you kind of take that right off the table. I like it. Good stuff. So I think we hit on all, well, I'm sure there's more objections, but we hit on some of the big ones. Can you think of anything else in closing, Sid?
No, that was the 7 most common objections that I hear on a daily basis.
All right, so that wraps up for Module 6.
Absolutely. Thanks, Val.
Bye-bye.
See ya.